What was your comment from the last post? If you are ESFP and
You're
you
not
don't, then what you are doing with your life? Intelligence has nothing to do with your type, that's for sure.
The intelligence doesn't matter if you are depressed and cynical and you can't appreciate the normal life, everyday life. So ESFP for me would be the essence of life. They're very nice ESFP.
You are not your emotions. Your emotions, they deserve to be listened to, but they don't deserve to control your life. Something
and
amazing.
everyone else is just looking at them and they are like, wow, how do you do that?
Yeah, this is
and
so
they are just like,
intense.
it's just me.
It's just
It's just me on
my
my
life.
saviors.
I choose. This is what I learned from you. Choose an objective goal, and this is for every type. I needed to mention that. This is my weird flex. Discipline is like a muscle, and you can train that muscle, and the more you train that, the stronger the muscle is.
Sometimes you just have to do something that you don't like to do.
You need to know what is your destination.
Then it's very useful to have this one vision.
Every default. Hi.
Hi.
This is Dani and Stan, and this is another episode for OPS for Growth. In that episode, we would love to tell you about 5 lessons from ESFP for another ESFP, and also Stan prepared a few tips from his perspective, what he would like to advise when it comes to be ESFP. Let's start. So the first thing, who is ESFP? Because there are so many ESFPs in OPS community. Popular type, very liked by Dave and Shannon, as far as I know. I needed to mention that. This is my weird flex. What I wanted to tell is that there are so many stereotypes around ESFP. When it comes to OPS, we know how it works. We know how it's important to not see any types with stereotypes, especially stereotypes coming from MBTI. What I don't like in MBTI at all is that...
You're an animator.
Yeah, actually, I agree with a few things from this animator description vibe from the 16 Personalities website. But what is more important is that I don't like how the MBTI community treats sensory. Everyone from this community is intuitive, and we see that it causes so much damage in people's mind. When they enter OPS community, they're like, I cannot be a sensor person. Sensor people are so stupid. Because this is how MBTI community treats that. This question from the 16 personality test is so crazy. Me, I am very happy to be a sensor.
Yes.
I'm super lucky.
Good job.
What is ESFP for you? What is this type for you?
So ESFP for me would be the essence of life, the journey. In this passage that life is a journey, not the destination, and ESFP would be the journey. It's all about these amazing experiences and appreciating life, being this more animalistic part of human being. It's full of emotions and living here and now. It depends probably on the ESFP, but that's my impression so far. Is that ESFP just know how to live. Sometimes too much. They live too much, which causes them a lot of pain. But
it's burning, it's there.
They are burning.
There's so
life,
much fire that you're burning at the
yeah.
end.
Yeah.
This is how it goes sometimes if you go too much into your saviors.
Yeah, but the SC is amazing, and the SC is just something that people should appreciate more. Is that they take care of all the amazing activities and experiences, and they just take care of having fun and doing something interesting. You never get bored around them, which is something that we should appreciate actually.
Thank you. That's so nice what you just told.
You're welcome.
Also, I like how we fulfill each other. I mean, with our types, like this, like what you mentioned with this destination journey. This is kind of our motto that I take care of the journey and you take care of the destination. Because this is what I will mention later. Like the destination is super important. Don't miss destination. And the ESFP, they have some challenges when it comes to
the destination. Where is the destination?
Do I need to choose something? Okay, let's change it. So, like if you are ESFP, find someone who will help you with destination.
Who is a why? Find some why.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're very nice. Very nice ESFP.
Okay.
Pause the video.
Cleaning time. Let's do that. Lesson number 1. And I think this is the most important for ESFP. But let's start that I'm talking from my own subjective point of view. This is what I experienced. And I know that there are some jumpers. So SETE, they can have probably a bit different. But when it comes to ESFP, I think this is emotion, FI. Especially if you have masculine FI.
Good stuff. Yeah. That's a good stuff.
So the most important lesson is just you are not your emotions. Your emotions, they deserve to be listened to, but they don't deserve to control your life. And this is the thing that I see a lot when it comes to chaotic ESFP, that they are so controlled by their emotions. So what you need to learn is that emotions are like clouds. They come, they pass. It's very human to feel many different emotions. And when you grow enough with your mind, with your maturity, you are able to control them more and more. You are not a child anymore. And controlling emotions is something that is super difficult for children. And as adults, we are able to do that. In practice, we know so many people, they are not able to control their emotions. They're still in this more like child inability to do that. But you can do that. And how to do that? Because I know like masculine FI, especially masculine, FI is so strong with emotions, and what you feel is like it's totally in you, and when you're on the stage you are like generator of emotions. And this is why ESFP, they are such a cool performers in when it comes to show business, music, theater, whatever. They are amazing actors, amazing singers, amazing dancers, because you generate so many emotions, and people take your emotions when you're on the stage. So this is something
and
amazing.
Everyone else is just looking at them and they are like, wow, how do you do that?
Yeah, this is
and
so
they're
intense.
Just like, it's just me.
It's just me.
It's just me on my saviors. Playing my saviors.
Yeah, so you need to learn that you can control them. My best thing for that is just give yourself time, observe your emotions. Don't act, don't make any decision if you feel strong emotions. Strong emotions, they are not moments for doing
important life decisions.
Yeah, definitely. Even now when I'm pregnant and I have, this storm of hormones, for me this is the time that I do lots of my demons, because pregnancy, I think this is a topic for another video, like pregnancy forces you to do your demons, no matter what type you are.
Even if you are ENTP male. Pregnancy forces you.
Yeah, this is true. Actually, yeah, I can see. But this is an amazing topic for another video, and I'm very interested in your point of view, guys, with that. So when it comes to emotion, you're going to feel it very, very strong sometimes. You should be very careful. Give yourself time. The best idea is just to go on site. Don't interact too much then with people, because you're going
Don't talk to people.
You're going
Close
to
yourself in the closet.
No, just to give yourself some time in college, because you're going to observe how these emotions are falling down, and you're going to think in totally different way when you're not
driven by these emotions. And I think this is super important. This situation apply when it comes to changing job, because very often you're going to feel like super bad in your job after a few months, and you're bored. So your emotion will be like, I hate it now. And so seriously, you need to observe a lot, and you need to use lots of TE. You need to use lots of rationality. And how to control the emotions, it will be explained a lot with another steps, because the more you develop yourself in these 5 different fields I am going to tell you about, the better you will be at controlling your emotion. But this is like the base of your best. Like, don't trust your emotions so much. ESFP, they love drama. They create lots of drama because they love their life to be so cinematic, so like theater. So you need to control to not sabotage your life. Like, you deserve for the best. You deserve amazing things, and don't do that for yourself. Don't sabotage your relationships, your emotion, just to experience roller coasters with relationships, roller coasters with life. Turbulences. Oh, thank you.
Turbulences.
I know it feels like something's happening, like emotions so strong, but this is not something that's going to bring you peace in life. Would you like to add something when it comes to emotions?
I don't know, I really like your emotions. I really like your emotional side, and that you are responsible for that. Someone has to be, because life without emotions is like getting rid of half of the human being, and you definitely can express your emotions. You know what? I believe that the difference between feeler and thinker is not that thinkers don't have emotions. It's rather that you feel more comfortable sharing your emotions, or maybe feeling the emotions. You don't want to run from emotions. You might not necessarily want to express them, but you might feel comfortable feeling them, and you might want to feel them. Especially if you might want to process them internally, but whereas the thinkers, demon feelers, they feel like emotions are unnecessary, and they just prevent from clear thinking and making rational decisions, which is not necessarily true. I mean, sometimes it is when you want to make some financial decision, then probably the rational part is more suitable to this task. But everything else in life is like half emotional and half rational. So feelings are fine, feelings are great, and thank you for your feelings.
I think it's so nice for INTP to find
his companion in a feelers.
Yeah, like to teach you how.
Yeah.
It like, because it affects you.
Yeah.
It
influence me positively.
Yeah.
And you are like a model for me. Like.
I remember what I wanted to add to emotions when it comes to ESFP. Like, don't wait to do something when I'm going to start to feel it. Like, no, this is how your FI is going to trick you. And I'm not going to wake up from bed. It's like a very hardcore way. Because I don't feel it. I'm not going to go to job. I'm not going to work. I'm not going to meet friends because I don't feel it. Sometimes you need to force. Sometimes you need to show yourself your rational reasons, and you need to force yourself. Then you're going to start to feel it. Seriously, like, your emotions, they can sometimes trick you so bad. So bad. So observe them, listen to them, but don't let them control your life. Lesson number 2. Lesson number 2 is do not believe stereotypes. And believe in yourself. Believe that you are a smart beast. ESFP, they are so smart. They are so kind with that. They are also intelligent. I don't like stereotypes, even with OPS community, that ESFPs are stupid. Like, come on, like, when I was in my primary school and high school, whatever, I was always in the top students with best grades, winning lots of competitions, and reading so many books from my childhood, like so many crazy books. So I have such a huge knowledge, thanks to my costume as well, about life. And I'm, so far as I know, I am known as a very smart girl. And
INTP approved.
Like you have topics to talk with me about. Like we have lots of deep conversation, and I'm telling you that not because of flex, but because of showing you that ESFP are not this stereotypical party, alcohol, party. Like, come on, come on. But the only thing that I'm sure that Stan is going to tell us is that what was your comment from the last post? If you are ESFP and you don't, then what you are doing with your life? Intelligence has nothing to do with your type, that's for sure.
It's about the way you express your intelligence, because the problem with ESFP, in my opinion, is that they throw so much random sensory information that is really hard to appreciate that underneath there is some deep knowledge.
You are able to talk on deep topics, and I know that intelligence is sometimes seen as related to what you're talking about, and of course probably INTP is going to talk more about like technologies, blockchain, etc. And it does not mean that some topics are worse than others. Like we need all of these topics for life to be fulfilled. We have different roles in tribe. We have different functions, and it's totally fine. We are all needed for our society. We are all so important. And people who are going to take us to the space, they are super important, but also people who are going to take care of life here and now, of supplies, of enjoying this life, everything is so important, and everything is like a piece of something bigger. And we are all part of this big thing called life.
Beautifully said. Yes, definitely.
Would you like to add something to the topic?
I might repeat myself that the intelligence doesn't matter if you are depressed and cynical and you can't appreciate the normal life, everyday life. Then your intelligence doesn't matter. I would say that the intelligent person is the one who can survive, but also appreciate and find happiness in all the areas of life. So you don't feel intimidated when there are some intelligent topics, but you are also not intimidated when there are like everyday, or when you are talking about appreciating everyday life. You should be competent in all the areas, and don't neglect everything that is not your savior.
Oh, and I wanted to tell you also, when you're ESFP, what is your superpower is that because of OE, you have such a wide knowledge about so many things, and you are able to find...
That's very useful.
That's super useful. If you meet new people, whoever, you are always able to find topics for conversation. This is so cool. And you are also very seen as a smart person because you have knowledge about that, politics. I was once talking with a woman who had a company selling steel, and because I had knowledge when it comes to politics, Polish politics around steel at the moment, I was able to share with her our points of view, and she was so like, how you're like 26 and I'm able to talk with you about steel? Like how do you know that? I am consuming
consuming all the information on the spectrum.
Oh, random info. They're so useful. Number 3 is discipline. This is one of the most important thing for ESFP, for every ESFP, because you are SE first and I last, or I last. And this is what Dave Goggins tells a lot, like discipline.
Oh yeah, he's
discipline.
ESFP?
Right. He's a ESFP jumper, yeah. So the most important thing is just like discipline is like a muscle, and you can train that muscle, and the more you train that with knowledge how to train that, the stronger the muscle is. And it's so useful for everyday life. So apply routine.
Stick to
them. Oh, this is like a challenge because like choosing routine is not a challenge, but stick to that is a challenge
for longer than 2 weeks.
What is super
That's a key point.
important? What is super important is trying to find your way how to do it. For example, me, I love activities, very random, but now I see that I choose how many different training I would love to apply for that week, and I'm trying to stick with that. And this week is so far. When we are going to go to swimming pool later, I'm going to fulfill everything. But still, okay, I can still be like flexible with that, because the routine does not mean that I'm controlled. This is what I need to remember as ESFP, that I'm not controlled by routine, especially if it's me who choose that routine. It still gives me freedom, because this routine can take me to my goal. So beside the root discipline, like plan, choose plan and choose an objective goal to fulfill. This is going to train you so well with discipline and with OI. I'll give you an example. Like this is what I learned from you. Choose an objective goal, and this is for every type. Not even if you're not ESFP. Like choose objective goal to fulfill. For example, like you're doing PhD now. Me, I'm doing my degree with psychology, and as ESFP, it was super hard for me to stick with one degree. Like I was starting first year, and I was like finishing after. Even if I had such a cool grades, I was one of the best student with the year. But I was like, I felt so controlled. I felt so terrible with my emotions. I don't want this anymore. It's not my way. Like it's not my path. I need to choose my. I need to change my path. So I was changing my degree and jumping like crazy. The same with career. And I learned that I need to choose one objective goal. And now my goal is to get.
Why was that? Why was that? You told me that it was because you were afraid of. You said that you changed your studies because you were afraid that you won't feel happy if you pursue that path, right?
Yes, I think
So
yeah.
it's like as NF demon, that you were afraid that in the future you won't feel happy if you stick to that path.
Probably, yeah, but also like, yeah, kind of an demon with that. So now my objective goal is like to get my psychology degree, and I have plans related to that. And because of that, it works so well. Like now I'm starting another year, and I'm so much closer to finish that goal. I'm super proud of myself. I'm very motivated for that. And this is, no matter if I feel I wanna study that, or I wanna do this exam, or I wanna do this project, I still feel like this is my objective goal. And no matter how I feel about that, no matter what, I'm going to stick with that. I know that I'm going to have different emotions about that, but I'm still related to the goal. This is my goal, and I'm going to do that. And I'm trying to do the same with other things in my life. Now my goal is also like to become an amazing mother soon. And I'm also like preparing for that. This is such a goal that is also related to my friend coins. This is super important. And I'm doing all that also for my little girl and for my man, because I want us to have an amazing family. That is our home. Like our home is our home.
Me too.
Every demon.
What is she doing right now?
The most important lesson, like your plans do not limit you. You need to know what is your destination. You need to know where you're going to travel with your boat, but you need to choose which port.
Yeah, what's your destination?
What's
port?
your destination port? Yeah, what's your
Yeah.
destination port? You need to know that, because otherwise you're going to be lost somewhere in the sea with your boat. There's
the
a storm,
wind.
wind. Like
Wind
choose your
is
destination,
choosing
and then
if you don't choose your destination,
Yeah.
then someone else will choose it for you.
yeah.
That's
Be-
actually
be in control in your life, because you're trying to not control your life. Then you're losing. You are controlled then by external things.
external forces.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the wind on the sea.
Yeah.
If you don't
Yeah.
control your steer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Arnold Schwarzenegger is a good example of someone who chose his North Star, and he even said that he was visualizing himself at the place he would want to be. He is also SE, and he's sleep last, and I demon. So I guess that's very helpful that when you wake up and you start distracting yourself with all the SE, random information, research, and all of that, then it's very useful to have this one vision, which reminds you where are you going, and then stick to it. Like, yeah, of course, studies might take 4 years, but yeah, it's also very important to choose something that might open you a lot of opportunities next. When you finish your psychology studies, when you earn your degree in psychology, then you might choose many different other pathways.
Yeah.
So the smart move is to just choose the one which might not be the most pleasurable, your favorite one, but at least it will open you a lot of other opportunities, pathways which you might enjoy.
Life is about being happy, about enjoying that pleasure, but major life is not only about pleasures. So if you want to have really happy, stable life, you need to learn that it's not only pleasure, it's also some duties, some disciplines to reach that happiness.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do something that you hate, or you're drained and bored, and all the objective areas in life, like study, like work, or competition, or business. Most of the time, maybe not most of the time, but sometimes you just have to do something that you don't like to do. And especially when I'm right now on PhD, most of the time I'm just doing what I hate doing. But
Cancel.
I have to consume so much.
Another point. Point number 4 is like trust your intuition. And Stan asked me a few minutes ago, like, you just written down here, like, trust intuition and I demon. What's your meaning? I mean a lot. Okay, this point is a bit woo-woo. So, because you're going to be weird about your NI demons, like NI last, even if you're masculine, feminine, no matter what, you're going to feel very weird about trusting your guts, trusting your instincts. And my best advice is that you need to learn that feeling, because I'm sure that you, at least a few times in your life, you had that feeling that you know that something is going to happen, that some decision is bad. Just you're choosing this decision, but you feel deeply with your gut that you should not choose that. And I know this sounds a bit woo-woo. For me, like my recently, I had this instinct when I had a dream that we are going to have a baby girl, and it happened. Yeah, even if everyone around was telling me it's going to be a boy, so we are going to have a girl so far. And on another examples, like I wanted to get my entrance for gym, and I was doing a contract and for like 1 year with better price, and I had this thing like, oh, I should not, and exactly like but I did it. And 1 month later, like, he came to me and I can give you a better contract with that, so you will be able to go for any activities in the city you wanna. And I was like, oh my god, and I'm with the contract for 1 year. Yeah. Or like another thing that I was in an old relationship and I had this guts that something's going to happen in half year, and exactly this is what happened. Or like when we were not together and we did not know what we wanna. And I remember that when we hug in your cars, and I had this instinct feeling that you are that person who's going to be important in my life. And even if I was not sure about being in a relationship with you, doing anything together, and I knew that you're going to go away abroad now, but I had this feeling, and now I'm having your baby under my heart.
In car? Well,
Yeah.
Hugs in my car?
Yeah, when we were hugging in your car.
Hugging in my car.
Yeah, just after cinema.
Good old days. I remember now. Then you had your hunch, your intuitive hunch.
Yes.
that this is it. Yeah, I can just imagine how it's like to have two observers on poles. It's like if you have all that sensors, but you are afraid of making the conclusion because it's your demon and you don't really know how much more information you need to gather.
Yeah.
Because you never know, like if you are not a single observer, then there is no limit, there is no like boundary of how much more you need to gather. Yeah, I can relate, like seeing my DI and my DE.
Yeah, and at that moment, I did not have any sensors that you want something from me when it comes to being together, relationship, etc. But I had this intuitive gut, so I decided to trust that gut. I mean, in a way, like I did not expect anything, but for example, I did not cut contact with you. After I was like, okay, no matter what's going to happen,
but you could.
But I could. And no matter what's going to happen, I am happy already with myself. And if it's going to be you, then it's going to be you. No pressure.
And it happened to be me.
Yeah. I don't complain. And five, it will be very short because it's related to number 3 a lot, like do OI, less OE. So I truly believe to find time to do your demons, you need to stop doing your saviors. It's the easiest way so far. Like, so don't consume, don't stop scrolling, stop scrolling your social media.
How about ESFPs who are consumers?
Yeah, this is problematic, I know.
What do you tell them?
But let's say OE, like don't do OE, don't look for new opportunities, don't look, like, no, stick to OI. If you want to do OI, you need to stop doing OE. Like for my example, it's like I need to stop scrolling social media. I always feel so cool when I don't do that. I have so much space and RAM memory in my head.
Yeah.
It's amazing feeling. I need to stop doing chaos. I need to have my routine, my plans. And even with talking, I need to stick to the plan when I talk. This is a good exercise I truly recommend. Like prepare some points you want to talk about and stick to them. Like don't go with stories around so much. And I see the more we record, that's why I want to start my podcast as well in Polish. Because I see the more I practice that, the more I am forced to do.
Yeah.
I feel super cool about that and I'm really proud of myself. Would you like to add something?
Yes, I mean, I have my points. I'm not sure if they relate to OI.
And there are some very cool lessons because I already read that points.
Doing OI, I feel is for you will be doing NI, and doing NI is something that you should do in many areas. Like one of them is your career path, is that you should have a rough plan for your career. Of course, you should try to gather all the spectrum of activities and find out what you like to do and what you don't like to do. But when you have a glimpse into what is the thing that you really enjoy doing, then I feel like you should start drafting your plan. And it's like list a number of activities or professions that you kind of enjoy doing, and then try to categorize them. Like you will find out that most of them land into the same category. And so whatever studies you pick, which are in this category, or whatever job you pick in this category, is some way moving you towards your, let's say, like Steve Jobs said, that you are kind of connecting the dots. You might not know that, but you are connecting the dots, and then your intuition is telling you what you should do. However, NF, it sounds like it's the way I do that. It's like I didn't know that I will do science. I didn't know that, but I have a number of things that I enjoy doing. So now I narrowed down, and finally I found out that actually not programming, not this technical programming, but more of the abstract thing which is related to the programming, which is computer science. But I didn't know that, and I feel like this is the power of double observing, that you can allow some degree of freedom in your pathway, but you kind of have this limit, this boundaries, which tells you, okay, but don't choose anything outside of this category. And I feel like you sometimes struggle with that you are afraid of commitment, because you don't know how it can lead. Yeah, that's what I have for your career. And now when it comes to doing an I, because I feel like is the only thing that all ESFPs will share together is the demon and I. And the problem with demon and I, having it on as your last function, is that it might be really painful, and to hold all the sensors, to all the experiences and all the information, unrelated sensory information, and the heavy hot NI ball that you don't really want to hold for a long time. And the art of double observing is to hold them together and look at them at the same time and sort them out. So you conclude all your past relationships with all your ex-boyfriends into one category, and you find that everything is kind of the same and that you are repeating the same pattern, and you have to conclude categorically. You have to conclude with a kind of a role that you were playing and your partner was playing. And then next time you see some sensors that are kind of similar to this role that you explained categorically, then you don't have to go into details and experience this relationship once again, because if it sounds like a duck, it looks like a duck, then it is a duck.
But from my experience, it's also very tricky. Like very often because you're going to be weird about doing an I.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I take totally different situation and apply, it was something similar like that in the past. So it's going to be the same thing, like the same bad ending. Yeah, sometimes it brings like you are not sure about that.
Oh, right. So for example, with me, you had like some sensors were similar to your past relationships, and you had this gut feeling that it might end up in the same conclusion like previously. Yeah, that's.
But at that moment, I chose that no matter how it's going to be, I take care of myself. I take care of my decision. I am strong. I have my self-agency, and I will survive that. I will be fine. I take responsibility of my choices, of my emotions after, and I will be fine. I will be happy. It's not the end of the world. No matter what happened, it's not the end of the world. It's so hot outside. Now it's time for my pregnancy.
Pregnancy
snap. Sleep nap. Thank you for watching. We are happy to read your comments. They are so nice. And thank you for our community friends. And thank you, Uzair, for recommending us this. You do amazing. You did amazing. Consume and recommended us. This microphone is so cool. I love it. And we will be happy to record something together in the future.
Okay. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. Bye.